Hey, what's up? I'm Dominique and welcome to today's video. What the heck is the difference between warm tones and cool tones? Today we are going to be doing a makeup undertone deep dive. I'll be doing my makeup with one side of my face using only warm tone products, where on the other side of my face I'll be using completely cool tone products. I'm so excited to put these undertones to the test so we can really see the difference between them, and plus we can see which undertone slays the best. So let the battle of the undertones begin and let's find out which one is more iconic. Is it going to be warm tones or is it going to be cool tones? So let's jump right in and let's get started. I went ahead and I did my foundation and my concealer really quick because today we're going to be focusing on the base products specifically. So today the right side of my face is going to be completely cool toned and then the left side of my face is going to be completely warm toned. You can see that I even chose my jewelry to match. I've got the same earrings on. This one is silver and then this one is gold. How funny is that? When I was putting it on today, it just felt so wrong. I'm not even gonna lie. But it will go with my makeup once I'm done. Okay, so after I do my foundation and my concealer, cream bronzer is always next. These are the two cream bronzers that I'm going to be using today, and for the cool tone side, we've got the Milk Cosmetics Sculpt Stick in the shade Stoked, and then for the warm tone side, we've got the Say Dew Bronze in the shade Swim. I'm gonna start off with the cool side first because I always do the right side of my face first when it comes to makeup. I don't know why, it's just the way that I function. So the way that I'm going to apply this Milk Contour Stick is by picking it up onto a brush, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it onto my cheeks exactly where I would typically bronze. Now you can see right here that this shade is definitely more cool toned and neutral. But first off, what the heck is a cool tone? Typically cool tones are more on the gray, blue, green side of things. They usually match with any color, and most of the time they resemble a shadow. Colors like purple, beige, blue, green are all considered cool tones. When you're thinking of cool tones, you want to think of like Ice Princess Wintertime, you know, all those fun winter colors, because cool tones are definitely a lot more subtle, that's for sure. They go with everything. Now this Milk Sculpt Stick is definitely one of the best cream cool tone contours that I have ever tried. It's so beyond creamy and it blends out instantly. Usually when you're working with a cool toned cream product like this, it's usually referred to as a cream contour. When you're talking about contouring in makeup, you're typically referring to creating shadows on your face that are more neutral or cool toned. It doesn't really look like I've been outside in the sun at all. It's literally just creating a more chiseled look. It's creating more shadows on my face. So to me, contouring is more like a facelift when it comes to makeup. This is truly the best one on the market. I have not found a better one than this. Now let's jump into the warm tone side and the liquid bronzer. I'm just going to apply 2 dots on the side of my cheek and then 2 dots or maybe 3 on my forehead. Now with a different brush, I'm just going to blend out the liquid bronzer. Now warm tones are typically tones that involve red, orange, and yellow. Warm tones, I mean obviously it's named a warm tone for a reason. They make you think of things that are hot. So think of a fire. You know how there's red, orange, and yellow all in a fire when you look at a flame? Those are typically warmer colors. So usually when you're outside and you get a tan from the sun, your skin is going to appear more warm because the undertone of a tan is typically like that golden warm undertone. So if you like when your skin looks a little bit more tan, I think that you're going to love a cream bronzer over a cream contour way more because bronzers typically mimic the sun effect. This liquid bronzer is seriously incredible. I'm obsessed with the liquid dew bronze from Say. It blends out so easily and plus it gives your skin that dewy look. It's giving a really beautiful bronzy golden effect and I am obsessed. So if you want more chiseled effect and a more of a sculpt effect, you want to go with a cool toned contour. But if you like that tan effect like you were at the sun all day and you want your cheeks to appear a little bit more bronzy, definitely go for a cream bronzer. When I turn my head side to side, I think that you'll be able to tell more of a difference between the two shades. Can you tell a difference or am I just going crazy? I mean, it is really the most subtle difference in the entire world, but it is still a difference, okay? And yes, I always have to have a Dr. Pepper with me every time I film a video because it is my favorite drink. And if someone said to me, I need you to create a cool toned look or a warm toned look, this is exactly the blush that I would use for each look. So for the cool toned side, I've got the NUDESTIX All Over Face blush color in the shade Magenta Magic. And then for the warm toned side, I've got the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Coral Crush. And wow, that sure whimed. That whimed? That whimed. That's what I was about to say. I was gonna say, wow, that rhymed. Alright, you know the drill. Let's start with the cool toned side. I'm going to apply this cream blush stick the exact same way I did the contour stick. I'm gonna pick it up on my brush. I think it's way easier to control how much product you apply to your face when you do it this way. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and tap it onto my cheeks. This blush right here is the most cool toned cream blush that I own, okay? So that's why I'm using it all the time. And I can't lie, I really do love this NYX cream blush stick because it does have a glow core in the center corner and it makes my cheeks look so glowy. The glow core is that white circle in the center of this blush and it creates the most beautiful glowy effect on your cheek. When you look at this blush shade, you can just tell that it gives you feelings of like ice and cold and winter time. And I feel like cool toned blushes always pop on my cheeks way more intensely than a warm toned blush does. And my skin's undertone is more on the warm, neutral side of things. So that's why I think that the cool toned blush is just popping on my cheek right now. Gorgeous, absolutely stunning. I love this blush. It looks so cute on my cheek. And you gotta love a good cool toned blush moment, that's for sure. Now when I think of warm toned blush, I always think of like a coral shade or like a peach shade. So that's why we gotta go with Coral Crush today. So I'm just gonna give my cheek just one little dot with this blush because I know you know how pigmented this blush is. It's insane. A little dot goes a really long way. But I can't lie, I really do love this liquid blush. It's one of the best. It blends out so easily. I think a coral blush is the most perfect complement to a warm toned look. So I'm just gonna blend it out with my brush and I'm gonna bring it up towards my temple to help lift my face. I know I say that in like every single video, but it's true. We gotta lift our face. And now you can definitely see that this blush is running a way more warm toned than this blush. You can see we've got like pink cool tone over here and then we've got nice warm coral over here. The cool toned side of my face is definitely giving Ice Princess, that's for sure. And then the warm toned side of my face is giving Sun Kissed Goddess. And this look is honestly gonna look insane at the end of this video because it's gonna be completely different on each side. And you know, taking my thumbnail pic is gonna go crazy because it's gonna look insane. But it's all for the undertone deep dive, okay? So I just set my face with some Huda Beauty Peach Pie setting powder. I love this stuff, and if you know, you know. So now it's time for an eyeshadow look. And honestly, this is the part that I've been most excited about because I've got a cool toned palette and a warm toned palette of the same eyeshadow right here. These babies right here are the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes eyeshadow palettes. We've got the original warm toned version right here, and then of course we've got the cool toned neutral version. Right off the bat, I know you can tell the difference between these shadows. The warm toned eyeshadow palette definitely has more of those oranges, reds, yellows in the formula, and then the cool toned palette, you can definitely tell it looks more icy. It has more of those grays, pinks, blues in the formula, or I should say shades, not formula. I'm not talking about formula, I'm talking about the shades and the undertones here. So I'm gonna create the exact same look, but I'm just gonna use different palettes. So I'm gonna start with the cool toned side first. I'm gonna take this shade right here on a small blending brush, and I'm gonna start by packing the shade all over my eyelid. I do want the shade to be pretty pigmented, so I'm gonna do about 3 layers with the shade to get it super nice and dark. Now, like I said, trust the process because this is gonna look really insane at first. Now for the warm tone side, I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm gonna pack it up all over my eyelid, and I'm gonna build it up so it's super pigmented and really dark. I'm gonna try to make this look as even as possible on each side, even though it's gonna look slightly different because of the undertones. Can you tell the difference? Am I going crazy or is it just me? Now with the slightly bigger, flat, fluffy brush, I'm going to take this cool tone brown shade right here, and I'm just gonna use this brown tone shade to blend out any harsh edges. This look is super easy, and honestly, it looks pretty good too once it's all blended out. And I'm just gonna sit here and be patient and just blend, blend, blend until all the harsh edges are blended out. When it comes to eyeshadow, being patient is very important. Sometimes you just gotta take your time, and that's okay. Now for the warm tone side, I'm just gonna take this shade right here on a slightly larger, fluffy blending brush. And now I'm just gonna do the exact same blending steps. I'm gonna scratch over the edges of the dark shade just until there are no harsh edges at all. And I know you can really see a difference between the undertones on this side. As it blends up, you can see it has more of that warm tone chocolatey vibe to it. You can see those warm tones right here. It looks like there's a hint of that golden orange to it. This side is kind of giving more of like that gray green vibe to it. It's so subtle, but you really gotta look close and then you can really tell the difference. Now back to the cool tone side. I'm gonna take this shade right here on a really large fluffy blending brush, and I'm just gonna go crazy with this shade. I'm gonna blend out the entire shape of this eye look, and I'm gonna sit here with some windshield wiper motions and some circle motions until it's all blended out. I'm not gonna stop until it looks beautiful and blended, that's for sure. Now let's blend out the warm tone side so we can really compare. I'm going to take this shade right here on a really fluffy blending brush, and just like the cool tone side, I'm gonna blend everything out until there are absolutely no harsh edges. And with the last shade that you use to blend out this look, it's very important to bring it all the way up to your eyebrows so you get the smoothest blend. Honestly, you do want to take up all of the space on your eyelid when it comes to doing your eyeshadow so that it looks a lot more blended out and you have a lot more space to work with it that way. Especially if you have hooded eyes, it's crucial to use your entire eye space. This is giving gray, cool Ice Princess, and of course over here the warm toned side is just Sun Goddess. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We love Florida. We love hurricane season in Florida. It's not even raining outside really, except it's thunderstorming at the same time, which make sense because how is that possible? How is it not raining yet it's thunderstorming at the same time? If you're from Florida, I know you understand, but everyone else is probably like, what? What? How is that true? Which side do you prefer? Which do you like better? Let me know down in the comments. Do you like the cool toned side or the warm toned side? Which is more your vibe? So now I'm just gonna finish up the eye look and I'll be right back. Okay, the eye makeup is done, and can you see the difference? Can you tell the difference between cool tones and warm tones? Cool tones or warm tones? So now after I powder my entire face, I always set my creams into place with powder products. For the cool tone side, I've got the Essence Contour Powder Duo. And then for the warm tone side, I've got the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So let's start off with the cool tone side. And honestly, this mini contour palette is so cute. I love the two shades that you get. So today, why not just mix these two shades together? And now with this powder contour, I'm just going to place it exactly where we place the cream contour. And I'm essentially going to use this to set the cream into place. Oh, and you can see that it's giving the exact same vibe as a cream contour. It's not warm at all, but it's creating a beautiful shadow on my face. It's really helping to make my face look so sculpted and contoured without giving that warm orangey vibe to it. I think this little contour duo is so cute, and it's affordable too, so we love that. And now because this contour is looking a little bit intense, I'm going to take my In Case of Emergency brush, which is just a really fluffy powder brush, and I'm just going to sit here and blend it out until there's no harsh edges at all. This is seriously a lifesaver right here if you ever go too heavy-handed on your makeup. And now for the warm tone side, I'm just going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm just going to apply it directly on top of my liquid bronzer. It looks like I was outside in the sun and I got a really nice tan. And like I said, it's not a bad thing to be orange, as long as it's not straight up orange. You know, there's like a middle ground between good orange and like crazy orange. And to be honest, I think that the warm tone side definitely shows a little bit more color on your face. It kind of helps to make your skin look more lifelike and vibrant, and that's why I love a good bronzer moment, honestly. I know I keep saying this, but the differences are just so subtle. You really have to squint your eyes, look hard, and then you can really tell the difference. We've got some more orangey red coloring over here, where we've got some more blue and purple coloring over here in this contour. So now with my powder blush, I'm gonna do the exact same thing, and I'm just going to use them to set my cream blushes into place. So for the cool tone side, we've got the Patrick Ta Blush Duo in the shade Just Enough. And then for the warm tone side, I'm going to be using the Benefit Powder Blush in the shade Krista. I just love my blushes so much, and after I apply these to my cheeks, I know I'm going to look absolutely insane. But it is what it is. I always look insane a little bit. First up is always the cool tone side, so I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the powder blush onto my brush, and I'm just going to dab it onto my cheeks, and I'm going to bring it up to my temples, of course, to help lift my face. And can you just tell right off the bat that this is the most beautiful baby pink blush shade that you have ever seen? I really just love the way that this is perfectly cool toned, and it does not look chalky on my skin at all. And just like the cream blush, this is popping so much on my face, and it's just making my cheek look so good, so beautiful, and so vibrant. And now we have the warm toned side. So with this blush by Benefit, I'm just going to pick up a little onto my brush. I'm honestly a little scared that this is going to ruin the entire look and I'm going to look absolutely insane. But I guess we're going to find out, okay? So I'm just going to stamp a little of this blush onto my cheek. Oh my gosh, I actually think that this blush is so cute. It's giving the perfect strawberry blush shade. And honestly, looking at this in the pan, you would think that this is going to turn out like neon blush on your cheek. But really, it's a lot more subtle than you would expect. I'm just building it up because I love a good blush moment, that's for sure. And I need my blush to be visible from 10 miles away at all times. And of course, I'm gonna bake my face like it's 2016 because why not? Honestly, I still do it to this day. And don't worry, I'm going to wipe off this powder. It's not gonna stay on here forever. Now I've got two different undertones of highlighters. For the cool tone side, I've got the Rare Beauty powder highlighter in the shade Mesmerize. And then for the warm tone side, I've got the Haus Labs powder highlighter in the shade Sunstone. To me, the difference between the highlighters are gonna be very subtle, but it won't complete the look if you're not using the right undertone highlighter on your look. I think this Mesmerize highlighter by Rare Beauty is the perfect cool toned highlighter shade. It shows up so blinding and silver on the skin, and it's definitely giving Ice Princess realness, that's for sure. For a cool toned highlighter, you definitely want something a little bit more on the silver side, and then it will really bring everything together. And then for the warm toned side, I'm just going to pick up a little of the highlighter from Haus Labs onto my brush. And this Haus Labs highlighter is so gorgeous. I love the way that it looks on my skin, honestly. It does not look chunky or glittery at at all. It looks like a glow from within, and it's giving everything she needs to. You can see on my skin kind of how it has that pale light yellow look to it. It's a little bit more on the gold side, whereas Mesmerize by Rare Beauty is just so silver and so white and so blinding. But if you ever accidentally apply way too much highlighter, you can just take your in case of emergency brush and dust it away, and then that way it's gonna look a lot more subtle. I always do this to blend out my highlighter, and it's such a good hack. We've got the cool toned highlighter versus the warm toned highlighter, and then for my nose I'm gonna do half and half. We are finally on the last step, and that is the lip combo. But of course I can't start a lip combo without some lip liners. So the lip liners that I'm going to be using today are both from Makeup Forever. For the cool toned side, I actually have the brand new Artist Color Pencil Extreme from Makeup Forever, and this is in the shade Endless Cacao. So with the shade Endless Cacao on the cool toned side, I'm just gonna give my lips a little half line. I'm not gonna go all the way, just half, and it's gonna look insane. But if you have not tried the shade Endless Cacao from Makeup Forever, this is the best neutral cool toned lip liner that I've ever tried. I've seriously scoured through all of Sephora to find a better lip liner than this that's cool toned, and you can't. You literally can't. This is the best cool toned lip liner on the market, and you heard it here. You'll see, once I'm done lining my lips, you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's giving cool toned, it's giving Ice Princess, it's giving neutral. You see this? You see how it just matches my eye look literally to perfection? It is so good. This pencil is literally incredible. Oh my god, it is so creamy. It is gliding onto my lips with full pigment right away. Now let's put on the warm toned lip liner. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Anywhere Caffeine. Makeup Forever literally makes the best lip liners on the market. I love these. They stay all day and they do not budge, and they're so pigmented and super creamy. Even the one in the pencil formula, it's still so good. Okay, can you see the difference? Can you see that this is giving more warm toned brown, a little bit more on the milk chocolate side? So for the lipsticks, I'm gonna use two from MAC Cosmetics. These are my favorite lipsticks in the entire world, and of course, I'm obsessed. Just like everything else in this video, I'm just a ball of obsession, okay? I just love makeup. I'm obsessed. I just sounded like the Tasmanian devil. For real, I was like, well, whatever just came out of my mouth, it's true, I guess. Love You Back is definitely the cool tone shade, so we're gonna start by applying this. This really helps to brighten up the lip and really completes the look, honestly. It makes it look such like a beautiful nude lip combo. It's so cute and so cool toned. I love this. And of course, that leaves kinda sexy for the warm toned side. And this is another one of my fave nude lip combos. Oh my god, for a warm toned look, this combo, ooh, this lip liner and this lipstick is everything. Seriously, I wear it all the freaking time, and it's truly iconic. Do you see this warm tone nude lip right here? Oh my gosh, it is so good. And yeah, this is like one of my favorite lip combos ever. And then to finish up this look, I'm gonna take this clear gloss from Tower 28 in the shade Chill, and I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this into the center of this lip combo. Only a little bit, because I do not want to mix the colors. I'm talking like a little baby amount. I just want a little bit of shine. And the last step is just wiping off this powder. Here is today's final look, and as you can see, I am split down the middle with cool tones on one side and warm tones on the other. Honestly, I had so much fun creating this look. It is so cool and interesting to me to put the two undertones side by side and create the exact same look with just products that have different undertones. Here we have the complete cool toned look, and what do you think? Do you love this side or what? And then over here we've got the warm toned side. Of course, you gotta let me know down in the comments which side is your favorite. Are you team cool tones or are you team warm tones? Because we're besties at this point and I need to know this crucial information. What side do you like better? And that's it. That's all I have for you today. I really hope that this video helped you understand the difference between cool tones versus warm tones, and hopefully seeing them next to each other helped a little bit too. And of course, as always, I've linked all the products I mentioned in today's video down in the description box based on undertones, so you can go ahead and check those out if you're interested. I'll be back next week with a brand new video, so make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss when I upload my next video. And then that way we can truly become besties. I mean, if you made it to this point, honestly, I could say that we're already besties, so just make sure to subscribe so you really seal the deal here. Seriously, if you've made it to this point, shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, and P.S. don't forget to subscribe so that we can truly become besties. I love that for us.